Hi, guys. Welcome to my podcast, Interesting Nothings. This is your host, Jasmine Malone, where I'm going to be talking about basically anything and everything. Hold on, before we get started, let me get my drink of choice. I'm actually drinking wine because I can be a little bit awkward, and I know this is my first episode, and I just want to be open and loose with you guys. You know, this is my first episode. You probably don't know me, so just one second. And if you're on visual, you can see that I have an honorary Ninja Turtles cup. Did you hear that gulp? Was that ASMR? Probably not. But welcome to my podcast, you guys. It took me forever and a half to get this up and running. I am a little bit nervous. I'm not even gonna lie. But let's get right through those nerves, let's get right through those nerves and do this podcast. So, what is this podcast, you might ask? Interesting Nothings. Yes, it may sound like a weird ass title, but it's exactly how it sounds. We're just going to be talking about anything that I really find interesting, and honestly, it may mean nothing to you or nothing like in the grand scheme of things, because the world is so big, and honestly, nothing really matters. I've realized nothing actually in this world really matters. So it's just interesting nothings where we just basically talk about deep shit, shallow shit. Can I talk? Oh my god, my tongue is just fumbling in my mouth. But yeah, basically, if you are on visual, you can see that I am a black female, where I actually look like I'm in my early 20s. And yes, we're just going to be talking about my life, what I've gone through, and what I will go through. I will definitely share that on this podcast. I do actually have other channels where I do talk about like my life and things, but this is a podcast specifically for my life and giving advice and just helping people or giving you entertainment or distraction, like something for you to laugh at, because I can be very dumb sometimes, but then also give you insight, because I love expanding my mind and I love being open-minded. So let's see what else I have. Notes here, you guys. See, can you tell I'm a rookie? Let me stop trying to like downgrade myself, because that's kind of rude. Like, I'm literally my own best friend. Like, I've literally grown to love myself so much. Like, it's crazy, because all my life, side note, this is like a total tangent and this is like literally outside of my outline, but I used to like not know myself like at all, which is crazy to think about. I was like so numb to myself. Like, I would look at myself in the mirror and not know who I was. Like, I didn't even know that, like, I didn't even look like my name. I was like, everybody else looks like their name, but I don't even look like my name, which was actually crazy. And we'll dive deep into that. That's just trauma right there. Undealt with trauma that I didn't even know I had until now I finally realized it. Thank God I wasn't like 40 years old. And like, yeah. let's get past this. Why did I go down that way? I mean, it's kind of fresh in my mind, so I mean that explains it. The goal of this podcast is just to provide some sort of distraction, entertainment, or give you advice for any situation any similar situation that you might go through. And I just want to provide a comfortable space for me to talk and for you to listen, I guess. Just a comfortable space for both you and I, the listener or the watcher, if you're looking on visual, because this is a visual podcast. I did take time to try to make a setup. It's kind of janky, not even gonna lie, but I just know the beginnings are always janky, at least it's a vibe, at least it's comfortable, and I feel great. I feel chill. I feel comfy. I feel like this is the wine talking, because I keep going on tangents. Speaking of wine, let me take another sip and then I'm gonna stop, unless I still have a little bit left. Hold on one second. Nope, I took the rest. All right, so you're gonna be seeing Chatty Jazzy, okay, this next all this podcast, which I just love talking, you guys. I actually do love talking. It's weird because I'm actually like such an introvert in real life, but I don't know if I'm an introvert. I think I'm more of like an ambivert. Like, I can be really talkative and like if I'm in the right environment, but I can also be really quiet into myself. It really, really honestly just depends. But let's get back to the outline. So yes, every episode I'm going to try to implement a vibe check. This is something that I made up, and I just felt like it was fitting for this podcast because I feel like I'm a walking vibe. We need to see what vibe we're on, for this podcast. For every episode, we need to figure out what vibe we're on. So we're going to do a vibe check. And in this vibe check, we're going to be talking about what music I've been listening to that past week, or if there were any astounding, is that a word? Okay, outstanding. I think I just crossed outstanding and astounding together, which kind of works. But anyways, we're just going to see like what music I've been listening to a lot that last week, or any music that came out that past Friday, any albums that I'm excited about, all those things. We're going to put that in the vibe check. If I have a drink, I'm going to be talking about the drink, just say what I'm drinking, or also talk about the snack that I might be eating, drink or snack if I have that. And then also talk about my mood, which mostly I'm going to be chill, you guys, because I'm really a chill, laid back person. But who knows? I might come on here angry, or I might come on here sad, or I might come on here really, really happy. I just want to give you guys insight, even for the listener, since you can't see it. So that is vibe check. Speaking of vibe check, let's do that right now. So vibe check, the music that I'm really obsessed with, you guys. I don't know if you guys heard, but Summer Walker's album just got released last Friday, November 5th. And I have to say, this album is really, really, really good. I think, and I don't know if Over It, which is her first album, I don't know if Over It fans are going to be mad at me. But I think Still Over It tops Over It. I love how it sounds. I love that it's R&B. I am an R&B fiend, you guys. I love R&B. Even if I'm not sad, I just love how it feels, the vibe. It's just, especially thousands R&B, 90s R&B. You already know, like those are the hits. Those are the hits. Summer Walker definitely made a hit. She made a whole album. The whole album was a hit. There were really no skips on all the album. Like, I love every song. They all fit her. It just came out exactly how I thought it would, and I don't think many artists do that. Some artists, you like might predict how it might sound. You might have an expectation rather of how it might sound, or how you may want it to sound. And I feel like for this, she delivered exactly how I thought it was going to sound, how like just my expectations were met. Like, they were met. It was met. Like, the harmonies, you guys, the lyrics, the instrumentals, all of it sounded so good. Like, you should definitely give it a listen if you're a sad girl. Now, if you're not really a sad girl, I don't know if it'll fit. But like, if you're a sad girl, it just fit, because I was like, wow, like, it's not that I feel every lyric. Well, I do, because I just love R&B. But like, it's not like I can like apply it to my life, I guess is what I'm saying. But it still was really good, you guys. Give it a listen. It's so good. Just give it a listen. It was so good, you guys. My favorite song. Okay, I'll talk about my favorite song. I have a couple, but actually, I don't know if I can do a favorite song, you guys. My first song that I really liked was Throw It Away. Is it called that? Oh my god, wait, I need to see if it's called that. Oh my god, wait. I'm gonna look down and see what it's called, because I don't want to mess this up. I think it's called Throw It Away. Okay, it's called Throw It Away. Crisis Averted. Oh my god. Okay, it's called Throw It Away. I love that song. While I have it on here, actually, I just love every song. Like, I can't choose one. On to the next thing. What am I drinking? I am drinking wine, which is already gone, but I was drinking wine, and as you can tell, I am a little bit chatty. Also, I didn't mention this, but when I talk about my mood, I'm also going to be talking about my outfit, because I'm going to like have a different outfit obviously for every episode. So today my mood is definitely chill, and as you can see, if you're on visual, and I'll describe it for audio, if you're on visual, I am wearing a Mario Brothers t-shirt, because are you surprised? I'm just kidding. You don't know me, so how are you supposed to be like surprised? But I actually used to love Mario Brothers back in the day. Like, whenever I was a kid, I used to always play it. I got all the stars. If you know, you know. Basically, if you know, you know. I got all the stars. I was hype. The last episode, the last level, I think was my favorite level, because even getting the stars on the last level, you guys, it took me forever. Here's how I would get it, just really quick. Here's how I would get it. I didn't even search it up, which I don't even know if at this time, like, you could search up like things, if I even had like tools to search this up. Like, I literally did this manually, like trying to find all the stars. So the way I did it, like, it had like 3 pockets on the bottom of the screen. I had a DS, you guys, so like there's 2 screens. The bottom screen was different than the top screen. The bottom screen had 3 pockets for stars, because you can only get 3 stars every level. So there's a first star, second star, obviously a third star. And the first star is normally, like, it's chronological. So if you get like the middle star, that means you're most likely in the middle of the level. Or like if you get the middle star, that means you missed the first star. So that means it's either, like, my mind was like, okay, so the first star has to be before this star. So like, this is how my mind went. So I literally tried everything, you guys. Like, I broke that game basically. And that's why I love it. So that's why I'm wearing, I promise it won't be like that detailed every time unless I'm really passionate about it. And I love Mario Brothers. Peach is my favorite. I think I like Luigi more. Or do I like Mario? I don't know. I love everything Mario, you guys. Or do I like Bowser? Or Koopa Troopa? Because Mario Kart, I used to play with Toad. Okay, I'm not even going to talk about Mario Brothers right now. This is not what this is about. Okay, keep moving on. I also have a green headband and my hair is in a puff. I am actually natural right now, and I'm just rocking my little curls. It's actually like day 5 hair, so it's pretty poofy and frizzy. I'm pretty chill, so like I don't really feel like I have to like do it too much, but I did it enough, is what I'm saying. And that's it. That's all you can see. And I also have my necklace, and we're just chilling. So now the topic of the day. Wow, was that like a great segue or what? So today I actually wanted to get into how to be a queen. This is going to be more of an advice episode where I just talk about how to be a queen, because actually recently this kind of fits with what I said earlier. I mean, I didn't know who I was for like the longest time, and I didn't know I was even capable of being a queen. And I just want to reach out to those people who think that they can't be a queen. Like, literally, you can be. It's literally in you. Like, if you think you can't, you can. You just have to change your mindset. That's actually one of them. Change your mindset to believe that you can be whatever you want to be. That's number 1. Okay, I actually have notes. So let me flip to my notes, you guys. I hope you guys are following along. My first point that I have is be yourself. And I put in parentheses, this may be corny. And yes, it may be corny just to be your fucking self, but be yourself. Like, you're the only person in this world that can be you. Like, you are the only person that is uniquely you. Why be anyone else? Why? So in order to be a queen, you have to stand out. And I feel like standing out, you can only really do that if you're yourself, because you stand out. You are different than everybody. You are one of 8 billion. You are unique. And actually my next point kind of goes along with my first point of comparing yourself. So don't compare yourself to others, and don't acknowledge the jealousy that you may have towards others, because it's sometimes hard to even acknowledge that you're envious of others. Like, for the longest time, I didn't even know what envy was. Like I said, I was numb to my emotions. I didn't know what I was feeling. So I'm like, oh my God, like once I was awakened, I'm like, I'm literally envious right now. Why am I jealous? I shouldn't be jealous. Like, so make sure, if you are comparing yourself, 1, just stop that, because it's literally the thief of joy. You are literally, like, if you don't have what that other person has, you are robbing yourself of joy. You need to look inward and figure out what you like about yourself, because honestly, if you start loving yourself and what you were blessed with, it radiates better, like you radiate better energy than giving off that comparison, jealousy, type of energy. So try not to compare yourself and try to acknowledge jealousy. Like if it comes to your mind, be mentally strong. Just be like, hey, why am I being jealous right now? Stop. And immediately be grateful for something that you already have. Really being grateful and being thankful, those are the same words, will really help you. Like that is something that is so important, you guys. You need to be grateful for what you have. If you are sleeping on a pillow, if you are sleeping in a bed, if you're sleeping in a house, even in an apartment, just be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you have, and that's how you can be a queen, because you are living in the present, which is actually another point that I have. Be present. Be present. It's so important to not just live in the past. It's so important to not live in the future. It's so, like, if you are living in the past, if you're living in the future, you are not acknowledging the present. The present is literally a present, like a gift to you. That's all we really have. We can have memories, we can have plans for the future, but really what we only experience is the now. That is, you have to master the now. If you don't master the now, you will never get to where you want to go, I feel like, because you won't realize like what you need to do in the present moment. You have to stay present. If you have anxiety, which I have anxiety, you guys, I have social anxiety, if you didn't already know, but I have social anxiety, and sometimes I have to tell myself, be present. Don't try to see, like if you're doing something weird, don't try to predict what might happen. Don't try to look back on what happened before and just be like, scared. Like just live in the present, stay present, and figure out what to do next. Even though sometimes that's really hard, especially for people with anxiety, because sometimes it can be too embarrassing to be in the present, because it's like, oh my God, you're noticing everything that's happening. But just take it one step at a time. I promise it'll change your life, because you are constantly being happy about the present moment. It's so much better to be happy about the present moment and acknowledging that you are in the present, you are in the now. That's all we have, you guys. That's all we have is the now. My next point actually is to romanticize your life. Let me sit back because I'm getting a little bit comfortable. Romanticize your life, you guys. This is so important, because we can't just watch movies and just see them romanticize their lives. I mean, of course they're just actors, right? But like we can make it, like we are in our own movies. If you were on TikTok, or if you've heard of the term main character, yeah, you are the main character. If you're a queen, you're the fucking main character. Be the main character in your life. Be the main character in your movie. That will help you be a queen, because you will realize that you don't really need anyone else. I mean, you have family, you may have supporters, whatever, but like at the end of the day, it's you. It's you. You have to be grateful and appreciative of the now, be grateful and appreciative of everything in the moment, and romanticize your life and just be happy. And whatever negative happens, because it's life. But you have to be able to pivot, which is my next point. Make sure to always be ready to pivot, because you might think on a visual, I'm motioning my hand upwards, but you might think you're on an incline, and then you go down, and then you plateau. Like there's so many different roller coasters in life, you guys. It won't ever just stay going up. It won't ever just stay going down. Like I've seen the tweets where people are like, I'm scared for when, I'm gonna be up and gonna be happy, and then all of a sudden that means, I'm about to be low again, because that's the roller coaster of life. I mean, honestly, that's what happens, but we don't know. Like, just be prepared to pivot. That's how a queen operates. She knows that it's not going to be always happy. She knows it's not going to be always sad. Everything is temporary. He or she knows. This is for everybody. Queen, king, all of it. You know that you're not going to stay in the same place forever. Everything changes. Literally, we have seasons in a year, and we can't stop that. Like, literally, everything changes. And so just ride the wave. Be present. Be grateful. Be grateful. My next point. Put an effort to look good. When you look good, you feel good. And that is so true. Make sure to wash yourself. Like, make sure to take care of yourself. Make sure to, whenever you're going out, like right now, I'm chill. I feel good in this outfit. It's not like, I simply just rolled out of bed. I actually put effort into this outfit. Make sure to put effort into your appearance, because once you feel good, once you look good, you actually kind of feel good. Like, I don't know if that's psychology, but you actually do feel good. And it's just something that, like, I feel like everyone should have, because if you don't do this, your mind will just not be in the right space. Like, it's like once you're getting ready, it's like you're preparing your mind for what's next. But if you don't get ready, if you don't put effort in, if you don't actively try to be yourself with the choices you make in your clothes, or like just taking care of yourself, hygiene, you are literally disservicing yourself, and you're not, that's not queen king behavior. You have to take care of yourself. You have to look good, like put in effort. I'm not saying you have to like wear a dress every time you walk out, but just make sure, you feel like yourself. Make sure you feel like yourself every time you leave to even go to the store or even go to wherever, because you don't know if you are going to like meet the love of your life, or you don't know who you're going to meet, really, because the world is full of surprising things. So just make sure that you are putting effort in, basically, into your appearance, because it means everything. My other point is make sure you have no reactions. So what I mean by this is, like, some bitches like to be messy, Some people like to come at you sideways. You have to be on guard and realize that some people are projecting. Some people are just jealous. Some people, like, they can be just coming at you and it could feel like an attack. But you have to be strong, mentally strong, and know that you don't need to attack back, one, and two, don't have a reaction. Because that's all they're looking for. Literally all they're looking for. You don't need to give them a reaction. That is how a real queen king works. I'm not saying you should hide your emotions. That's not what I'm saying. You should feel your emotions and things like that. But I'm talking about reactions. If you give them the reaction they're looking for, I 9 times out of 10, they will continue whatever it is, even if it's hurtful. They will continue whatever it is because they know they have an edge on whatever it is that they said, did, whatever. Don't fall into it, you guys. That's not the queen king way, you guys. Don't give into it. No reactions. That's not how we gonna live this life, okay? Period. And my next point is to have a vision. So I've had mood boards before. I've had different visions in my head of who I want to be and how I want to act and things like that. Like, that's just in my head. And I feel like that's what every queen king needs to have. If you're not constantly improving yourself, if you're not thinking of ways to expand your knowledge or to be more open-minded or anything like that, you're not acting in queen king behavior. Because if you are being a queen, the bad bitch that you are, you know that you are ever evolving. You know that you're always going to be changing. You know that you don't have an end. So make sure to always have a vision in mind. Make sure to always know where you want to go next, but still stay in the present moment, but just have an idea of, everything changes. Have a vision, have goals of where you want to go in life, but still enjoy the present. I know this is a lot. This is how kings and queens are. They manage everything seamlessly. They're not perfect, but they manage it all. And I'm not saying you have to do this, but most of these things, that's what kings and queens do. They have that set in stone under their skin. So make sure you have these things set in stone under your skin. I'm not even perfect, you guys. I'm not even like all the way I'm not even all the way like up to par with all of these things. I'm still working on these because I know like I said, there's no end. So there's a lot of things I need to work on, and I'm just giving these tips because I feel like it's essential. My next tip that I have, I said never stop learning. I think I already mentioned that, like never stop learning. There's so many things to learn about in the world, you guys. So many things to learn about in the world. You never know everything. You don't know everything. Even if you think you know everything, you don't. Because there was one point in my life where I thought I knew everything, you guys. No, I didn't know everything. I was like one of those like teenagers. I was like, oh my God, I know everything. I know about the world. And then I actually got into the world, which I'm like barely into the world, but like I got like my toe into the world. I'm like, oh my God, the world is so big. The world is so big. Like once you enter adulthood, your mind totally changes, you guys. Like your mind changes. So never stop learning. Always learn something. Always learn something, because there's always something to learn. There's always something to learn. My next point, always improve on a skill. So if, there's always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. Always try to improve on something, because there's always room to improve on something, like on a skill, like let's say, or a hobby. If you like to play piano, which I used to love playing piano, always try to improve on that, or whatever you like to do, just try to keep improving and just be a master at it. I mean, they give master degrees because they are masters of whatever subject, and they only give that because they kept improving their skill. They kept improving their knowledge on whatever it was. So just make sure you're always improving and learning a skill, learning another language, something. You can be a handyman full of several things. It is okay. You don't have to choose just one thing. If that's what you want to do, then you can do that. But I just think it's good to not just go into one area. You can have multiple areas that you go into, and that's perfectly fine. I feel like you can improve yourself in all of those areas, and there's always room for improvement, you guys. There's always room for improvement. My next point is take supplements. You guys, vitamins are so important. I actually take these balance pills, and I think it's actually worse. Like I've gone through, I think this is my 6th or 7th bottle. You guys, I love these. It balances out my skin. I used to have pimply ass skin. My skin is actually so much better, you guys. Like, who would have thought? Like, I'm so happy. My skin, like, this is the clearest my skin has ever been. If you want to jump on visual, you can, so you can see this. But this is the clearest my skin has ever been. I used to be, like, the pimple monster, you guys. But I take those. I also take chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is so good. It's an internal deodorizer, you guys. I love that. And I don't actually have a lot of greens in my life. So that's, like, pure just green juice. That's awesome. Like, so just take supplements. You can always improve your body, you guys. Always improve your body on the inside, because it'll radiate on the outside. Whatever you put inside will come out on the outside. My next point, be positive energy so you can attract positive. I don't know if I can say this well enough. It's so imperative that one acts positive, but not too positive. You don't want to be over positive, because there is a thing called over positivity, and that's not helpful at all. You want to be positive in a way where you just are, I guess, hopeful for things to change, but not blindly hopeful. Like you have to have discernment, you guys, in this kind of area, because you can fall into the traps of just being hopeful, but like you're blind. Like you have to be realistic, but just be positive. Like look for the good. Look at the glass half full. It's so much water in there. It's not half empty, it's half full, you guys. There's so much water. So, and that kind of plays a part of like being like grateful, I guess. Like if you're just constantly grateful, you're kind of being positive. Like, and I feel like once you're like constantly grateful, you're going to attract more grateful things to be grateful about, if that makes sense. Like Literally, I said grateful so many times in that sentence, but I just feel like that's what happens. Like, just be grateful, be positive. Like, you will attract positivity, even if you don't. Which, because sometimes this will be a topic that I'll go into where, like, sometimes, like, bad things happen to good people, because I feel like I am way more of a quote unquote good person, and a lot of things have happened to me that I feel like I didn't deserve, because I'm like, what? I'm such a good person, not to be like cocky, but I'm like, I'm a good person. Why do I didn't deserve this? So still just be grateful in every moment, because life is life. Life is just life. You can't control it at all, which is the scary part about it. Okay, the next point is be self-aware. So this kind of goes into like what I had said before. I wasn't like self-aware myself. Be self-aware. A good queen, king is self-aware. They know their emotions. They know what makes them tick. They know what makes them happy. They know themselves. They know what they like. They know what they dislike. They know what they won't tolerate. They know what they sound like. They know themselves. Be self-aware. That is so important, because people who aren't self-aware oftentimes make a fool out of themselves because they're not self-aware. They don't know how they might sound. They don't know how they come off. Kind of same thing. They don't know themselves, so they don't know like how their energy is radiating from them, like what is radiating from their spirit. So be self-aware. Just know yourself. Be aware of yourself. Literally, simply said. 13. Oh, well, I don't know if that was 13 points, but we'll just keep going. Next point, be culturally sound. Culturally sound, you guys. I'm not saying be super like worldly, where you're like I don't know how to explain it, but just be culturally sound. Be open-minded, I guess, is more of a term for that. So just be open-minded to different cultures, because there's so many cultures, you guys. Even just in American culture, not just talking about any other culture, like having a football team or having a basketball team, or I don't know if that's like, I guess that's American. I feel like this is something that I actually need to improve on, because I feel like I'm not super culturally sound. I'm more just kind of stuck in like what I like, but like looking into the news, I don't really do that. I need to do that more. Like just being culturally aware of everything, that's what good queens and kings are. I'm talking to you, Jasmine. I'm talking to you. My next point, enjoy life, have fun. If you're a king, queen, you gotta enjoy life and have fun. If you're not doing this, what's the whole point? Literally, you're here to enjoy life. Like I said, romanticize your life. If you go get coffee every morning, enjoy the hell out of that. Try every drink. Know what's your favorite drink. Know what's your least favorite drink. Try something. Mix something. Put that brownie into the coffee. How does that taste? Experiment. Enjoy life, you guys. That is the whole purpose, I feel like, of life, is to just enjoy the hell out of it. And if you're not doing that, something's wrong. You either need to be more grateful, you need to romanticize your life, you need to live in the present. There could be a lot of things, but I feel like in any circumstance, poor, rich, middle class, you can enjoy your life in some way. Have fun, you guys. It's so important to have fun, but not too much fun. You gotta work, but just still have fun. Make sure to have fun. You can't forget that, you guys. My next point, know when to cut off toxic and when not to. Toxicity, you guys. I feel like I'm like one of the queens of being toxic, because really just being toxic is a game. And I feel like, I like games. I like playing games, but not, like I said, know when to cut it off, because if it gets too much and it's like, okay, this is too toxic, or this is, toxic, literally, if you see toxic on a perfume bottle, which it's not like, it smells good, it's like it's actually toxic, that means it's bad for you. That means it's, it's toxic. So in the long run, toxic is not good. So make sure you know when to cut off toxic in your life. Friends, family, relationships, spouses, whatever it is, make sure to cut it off if it's not benefiting you, not in a selfish way, but just in a way where you're not elevating or you're not succeeding the way you want to. Like I said, that vision that you have, if they're holding you back, so many things to consider, you guys. Make sure to cut it off if it's not working for you. You don't need to have toxic, but just sometimes, toxic is a little bit fun, but just know when to dabble and know when to not, and know when to cut it off and know when to continue. That's all I'm saying. My next point is, so this is kind of random, but I said, already have plans for your birthday to spend with yourself, even if no one else does. So I know for me, like, I don't really celebrate my birthday. Like, I don't always get too excited to celebrate my birthday because my parents kind of always like did something, whatever. Now that I'm getting older, it's so important to celebrate life, celebrate another year. So I would say a real king, queen would have plans for their birthday if they want to. I mean, if you're not a big birthday person, you don't have to. But I would say, celebrate life. Have plans. Take yourself out. It doesn't have to be with other people. You don't have to do something really big if you don't have a lot of money. Just take yourself out. Go somewhere. Have a facial. Eat something that you like. Enjoy the day, you guys. Celebrate that day because you were born that day. You cycled around the sun that many times, whatever number that is for your birthday. That's a special day. Make sure to have some plan. Even if you're not a birthday person, do something. Even if no one else does, at least you did it for you. And that's, I feel like, the best present. Like, it's like you appreciate yourself to do something for yourself. Isn't that cute? Aw. Okay, now I'm gonna give myself flowers for my birthday. I'm just thinking about this. Like, maybe I'll record an episode, which that's kind of like working on my birthday, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. My birthday is January 17th. So when this comes out, it's like 2 months. Oh my God, you guys, it's going. It's getting so close. Okay, next point before I, really start planning my birthday. Care about doing right by others. This is like, classic do good. Just be good. Just be good. Just be the hero in the story. It's so important to just be good to others because somehow, if karma works the way it should circle back to you in some sort of fashion. Like, it's gonna be good for you. So just enjoy it. Like, just enjoy doing good things for others. It'll only really benefit you. Even if people, you get like a bad experience or whatever, only enjoy it because at least you did something good for somebody else. And there's nothing else better than feeling good that you did something good for somebody else. And don't do it for selfish reasons. Like, actually do it because, you want to do it and you like the sacrifice and it's good. You just want to be good. It's not like, so other people can see or anything like that. Just be good. It's so simple, you guys. I feel like a real good king, queen, an admirable one is good on the inside. Their heart is a good ass heart. Keep it in mind, you guys. We got a couple more to go. Next point, have self-control. Oh my God, guys. Discipline, having self-control, knowing how to control yourself is so important because even me nowadays, now that I'm a young adult, learning my way through life, discipline is so important because sometimes I want to lay in bed, just not do anything all day. I've done that before. And now I'm like, that's not beneficial because if I do this every day, I'm not excelling. I'm not, like I said, that vision. I'm not achieving the vision that I want for my life. You need to have a hard conversation with yourself and know what you want and just have self-control. Whether that be don't look at your phone in the morning, or whether that be follow the plans that you have set, or whatever whatever goals you have set. Whatever it is, you guys, make sure to follow those and have self-control. You can't just let, the animalistic side of you just like take over. Even if it's not animalistic, just whatever bad habits you have, you can't let that eat you alive. It's kind of not queen-like, not king-like. So it's just something that I think is really important. Have self-control. So important. Next point, have people in your life that inspire you. Literally, you can tell how people are because of their friends. That is so true. The 5 people you hang around the most, you are the mix of all of them. Be sure to surround yourself with people, surround yourself with people who are higher than you so you can constantly learn. If you are the smallest one, don't be like, the dummy, or don't be the goofy, but just be the one that's like always willing to learn, always willing to be a sponge, always willing to be not really critiqued, but just always willing to advance. Be around those type of people. Excel. Your friends, whoever you're around should make you want to excel in life. Choose those friends. And also, have fun. It's not like, all about work. But just make sure you choose people around you that are on the same mindset as you are and are not dragging you with them, but taking you higher. It's only better if they're taking you higher. So make sure you're choosing those type of people. That is so important. I keep saying that for probably all these points, but it's so important. Make sure you're choosing people that are taking you up, not taking you down. Because otherwise, you don't know how your friends really impact you. So make sure you have people that will just influence you. You don't know, people are constantly influencing you in a way that is kind of indirect. So just make sure that you have people that, even if they're influencing you, it's a good way. They're influencing you in a good way. Do it, you guys. Kings, queens, you hear me. Only have a couple left, you guys. My next point. I think this is my last point. Go with the flow and know life is a roller coaster. Oh, we already said that. Okay, this is my last point. Love yourself, which I think I've already mentioned this, but this is almost like the biggest point. Make sure if you are a king, queen. Oh, actually, I do have one more after this, and then I'm done. Make sure that you love yourself. Love every part of yourself. If you are on the plus side, if you're on the skinnier side, if you are brown, if you are pale, or on the brighter side, not saying pale is a bad word, or not bad word, but just in a neutral term, if you are paler than others, whatever it is, if you have straight hair, if you have curly hair, if you have poofy hair, if you have type 4 hair, if you have type 2 hair, if you have type whatever, make sure you love what you have. You can't be constantly wanting something else. If you do want something else, at least stem it from loving yourself. Love yourself first. It's so important. Love yourself. A good queen, an admirable queen, king, is somebody that loves himself to a point where no one can shake them. No one can take them off their throne because they know who they are. They love themselves to the point where it's like an arrow points at you and it can't even penetrate because you have that shield. That shield is strong. It's not going to even affect you. Your body is soft inside. Oh, that's another point that I have. Be soft. Okay, I'm gonna talk about that. But it's trying to get to you, but it won't. That's what loving yourself will do. It provides a shield. It's a protective shield for you. I'm telling you guys, this is key things. This is key things that I've learned, and this is all things that came from my mind. I know there's tons more, tips and things on how to be queen, king, all of that. But I just think these are so important. This is what I'm trying to implement in my life to be the best person that I can be, and just to be admirable and to be inspirational and just to live in my own sauce, you guys. That's literally all it is. Being a queen is that you don't care. You move in your own way. You move in your own groove and you don't give a fuck. That's literally all it is. I should have that be one. Don't give a fuck about what other people think, about what other people say, about other people, period. Don't give a single fuck. Visual, you see what I'm doing right now. Bug everybody. Something I don't know the world's everybody. That you gotta give the middle finger to the world, because the world is so cruel, you guys. They will tear you up. You gotta just make sure to put that middle finger up. Okay, but my last point I'm gonna say is just make sure that you are soft. Remain soft. Don't ever let the world turn you hard. A good queen, king, like I said before, has a good heart. It's squishy. It's a soft heart. It's something that just remains soft even through the hard times of the world. And that's something that's admirable, because a lot of people, they don't have that strength to remain soft. Some people, they turn hard because they let the situation just turn them hard. Don't let it turn you hard. It's not worth it. Spoiler alert. It's not worth it. Even though, maybe social media might be like, you're not hard, whatever. If you may have some hard things, because mental health, it's hard to, it takes a lot of strength to not be hard. But at the end of the day, a good queen, king is soft, and someone who knows how to balance out the soft and hardness. And make sure to remain soft in areas that need to be soft. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Okay, you guys, that is the end of all of my tips. Thank you guys for listening. I know this was kind of a long one. I mean, it's not super long, but whatever. I mean, we're just talking away. Not all the episodes are going to be like this, super advice giving, but I just feel like this was fitting as the first episode, how to be a queen, king, because this is what I'm going to be living by. You get an insight of what pushes me every day, and I feel like that's perfect for a first episode. So yes, guys, thank you guys for listening to Interesting Nothings. This is my first episode ever. I know it's going to be a little bit rough, but we're going to get there. It's going to be smooth, you guys. And always know that you can smooth out anything. It's always rough at first, but you can smooth out anything. So keep that in mind. Like I said, keep improving. That's all you can do. Even if there's setbacks, you can still improve. There's still room for improvement. You can still go up. So yes, you guys, thank you guys for listening. I will catch you guys in my next podcast episode of Interesting Nothings. I love you, besties. Y'all are my besties. If you listen all the way through, I love you. You're my bestie. You're my friend. You're my lover. Okay, no, you're not my lover, but you have a special place in my heart. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. I did it.